Hey folks, Steve here. How you doing? Hey, it is fall, late fall. Beautiful skies. Kind of stormy looking. Apparently, it's not going to rain though. It's like 10%, 9%, all that kind of stuff. It just looks pretty angry out there, and it shows up in this camera better than it looks because it's pretty dark out here. So I am magic trailer. I'm set up because I have to do something for my house, for my wife, for me. And this is what I have. I have this particular type of molding. You can see the profile. And this molding we ordered is way thicker than we expected. Here is some old molding that we had. And this is the molding that I made basically the picture frames out of. In my dining room, in my hallway, up and down, where I basically just kind of boxed in the wall, the lower part of the wall, and made kind of decorative boxes, picture frames, I call them. So in here in my dining room, just really quickly show you. I went ahead and installed this very tall chair rail, which is just my decision on, hey, wouldn't this be cool? I didn't do any research. There's no historical significance here. It's just what I thought was cool. All the way down to some very tall baseboards, but I have boxes there, so kind of wide, skinny. I did research that as far as what boxes would look appropriate as far as, size, the golden rectangle and all that, and tried to match it as much as I could. And likewise here, skinny, wide, skinny, so trying to do odd numbers everywhere that I could. A little bit around the radiator right there as well, just kind of interesting stuff. It does proceed out into the hallway, and boxes there. And boxes there again with a tall chair rail. It reminded me of my parents' dining room. They had, really low chair rail, about 30 inches, which is about the correct height. And then they had, boxes all the way around. And I just thought that was a really cool detail for their old house. And so I wanted to incorporate it in my unadorned old house and adorn it up. So this is the material I had. Unfortunately, I had one piece left over that I just threw up in my joist pockets. And so I had it. But we were unable to match it commercially. Amish hardwood guy that did our hardwood floors, he also cuts trim. He creates trim. And this is a stock trim that he has because he has the knives for it. So he just cuts whatever lineal feet you need at that moment. And then he'll sand it for you, and he can prime it as well. I'm not quite sure why she didn't have it primed, but she didn't. But anyway, you can see how thin this is versus this is just super, super chunky. So what I want to do is I want to get this close to this. It doesn't have to match, and it's not going to actually ever have to sister up because it wouldn't. So I don't have to match it up, but I want to make some of these picture frames on our upper chimney. Wife wants it. She wants to take a look and see what it's going to look like. So I need to just thin this stuff up. I'll show you the application in the living room here. Ooh. Yeah, very cool stuff. Very rich, very, I think, Victorian in my mind. Cool. Here we go. Okay, so here is the fireplace. Wife says this is unadorned and she wants something up there. So I have 36 tall by 12. And that is 36 tall by 60 wide, and then there's the other side. Then we will hang some artwork in the middle of it. We used to have a mirror there, and I love the mirror. We gave the mirror away, just set it outside, put free on it. It was gone. It was beautiful. Had ornamentation all around the frame. Probably wasn't very expensive. We probably picked it up at a rummage sale or something like that, but man, it was a beautiful mirror. Why she let that one go, I have no idea. I think she's regretting it. Okay, so here's what I've got. Skinny box. Big picture frame box. And a skinny box. I was able to determine that chimney surround, actually, there is masonry up the center. Probably about 2.5, 3 feet wide. However, of the 60 inches, I do have a fair amount on either side to where I could actually get some tacks in to hold it. I was also using Loctite Power Grab caulk. It's actually an adhesive, it's not just a caulk. And I coated liberally the back of that, stuck it to the wall. It stuck there. I didn't have to move it around, had some marks, 3 inches in everywhere that I could. Put it up and then squared it. And then that's where it was. And then plink, plink. I just used some headless pins, 23 gauge, and then this is what I ended up with. They will get painted the trim color. I think the boxes themselves, or the trim itself, is a little bit wider than I would like. It seems to me a little bit chunky, but I think once it's painted white and you put some artwork up there, I think it will blend in and just look like it's been there for a while.
Hey folks, Steve here. Sorry there wasn't a lot more action in this video. I thought I had filmed some of the milling of the pieces that went into those picture frames. Anyway, I did not have an actual done video for that particular project, so here that video is. So here's how that project turned out with the artwork right in the middle. So here is one of the side boxes. You can obviously see the front. Here is the other side. And here is the front. Really worked out well. And the mantle actually received another whitewash. All of this trim in here has been painted. I think the walls and the ceiling have also been painted, so everything is fresh in here. And my wife called it just the right amount of ornamentation to kind of dress it back up again. This particular piece of artwork was painted by my daughter, and she is indeed quite the artist. She's a professional artist, actually, in the fact that she sells her artwork. And she sells her artwork for hundreds of dollars, so I would call that professional. And just one quick one around the room, just to show you the rest of the room. And there you go.
Wife happy? I'm happy. Yay. Go boxes, go frames. All right, hey, talk to you later. Thank you very much for sticking with me. You have a good one. You deserve it. Bye. All right, well, hey, I have to go and get that other fence. Here's my workshop. Welcome to my smart workshop, Ron Polk. It is the largest shop in the world, I think, unless somebody else out there is sharing my workshop space in Mongolia. Otherwise, very cool stuff here. Rain or shine, I am open for business. Here we go. Here's where it is. It lives right there with a few other pieces behind where my table saw sits. I think I spelled sacrificial. I did. I spelled sacrificial wrong. Hey, all right. It is nice having the trailer right there. I used to be able to park here, like right up here. But that's back when my yard looked like a driveway. And not a pretty driveway. Not one of those cool, sexy driveways, but like, yeah, in the country driveway. Love the country, but sometimes in the country driveways, not pretty. All right, well, that's what I'm gonna do. Here we go. It's gonna work out better. I have these clamps right there. They'll attach to that. For this one, I can clamp this, I believe, to the deck. And then we are ready to rock and roll and see if I can't thin these things out and then start that prep. All right. Well, I don't know what I'll be able to show you because I'm just holding the phone and I don't have any idea where the tripod is. So if I can set things up and show you some action, I will. Otherwise, I won't. So I'm on my last piece. I just have to cut the 53.5 inch and that'll be the last horizontal on the face. One thing with this Amish-made material is you have to be careful on the ends because you can run into something like this where it came out of the machine wrong as far as the shaper. And so you just watch that on the ends, and they're going to ship you things like that as well on the end again. That was just literally about 10 inches worth of material at the end. Cost of this, which is literally a custom made, custom length, you know, I said, hey, please give me 8 footers, but I could have said, give me 6 footers, give me 10 footers. To a point, they can go, I think, up to 12 without too much of an issue. And providing they have the lumber that'll give you that, but they can run it. But this material, all of this that I've just cut down, I had 5 sticks. Oh, probably what, 8 times 5, 40. So I probably paid 40 bucks. I think it's $1 a lineal foot. And this is custom cut. Now I had to mill it a little bit because it was too thick for me, but 40 bucks. I challenge you. Now this is solid poplar, sanded. I challenge you to go to a box store and get 40 bucks worth of solid anything and pay like $40. No tax. Actually, no, we do pay tax because they pay tax. Amish do not pay tax if it's agriculturally associated. But if it's anything else, they have to pay tax just like everybody else, including sales tax. All right, one more piece to cut.